are back. Time for game number 2 here in the second series for the day. The semifinals of Hyderabad about ready to close if Team LoL can make this another 2-0 wipe. Advait, though, they have one more chance to stick around and have their own shot at making it to the finals tomorrow. My name is DragonDrop. I'm joined by Potom, and so far there are no bans to talk about. Nothing whatsoever. So, any thoughts on the last game?
Warlock show. I don't know. I feel like Warlock deserves a ban in the first phase. I feel like heroes like even Wisp and such in some scenarios are not worth banning out in comparison. While Wisp is still one of the strongest heroes, there's so many unnecessary bans. Like you even see like Night Stalker bans popping up left and right, and that hero really has been nerfed to the ground now. I don't think we're gonna see a lot of Night Stalker anymore. Same with Ghost of Gyrocopter, even though we don't see him banned that much. But the likes of Doom, Elder Titan, those media offlaners, there we go. Getting banned over Sand King and heroes like Warlock, I don't really understand that. Like even Viper is a little bit questionable for me, but hey, it worked out for them in the last game, so might as well try to run the same combo again.
I mean, it's Warlock. It's kind of getting to the point. It's just because of the kind of toolset it provides you with. I mean, so you have a bit of a pause game for some reason in the beginning of the draft, so maybe not quite as ready as we thought.
Some bonus reserve time coming through.
Either way, but yeah, I mean, it does help you stabilize the lane just with the Shadow Words, giving that extra bit of sustainability. And then it transitions into this really powerful team fighter with the Golem. It's an initiation or counter initiation tool. And yeah, these Fatal Bonds that we've seen in action in the last game being extremely powerful if you have the damage to follow it up. So ideally some sort of AoE or just some burst damage on a very tanky hero that's connected to his friends. It can just help you with a team fight outright.
Yeah, I just feel like Warlock doesn't really have a drawback. Usually you always have like at least something that speaks against the support. For Jakiro, for example, would be on the defense, he's not as good, beside having Macropire to clear out waves. If you look at Bane, if there's like heavy counter initiation, Bane kind of becomes worthless down the road. So all these supports have like a heavy drawback, and Warlock is like, if you're ahead, he excels at just enabling any team fight, providing both counter initiation as well as a hefty initiation tool. Then you have that Fatal Bonds to work with. In the laning phase, he has he's basically he's uncontested because he can heal himself up or he can deal lots of damage and always trades better. And then if you're on the defense, you still have that big golem to drop in the back line, and it can just absolutely turn the game around.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, now see the Ancient Apparition ban once again as a little bit of chat going on. I don't know, normally you don't see teams go into reserve time for the first couple of bans, but
yeah, I think there were some problems, I imagine. Like maybe something on the captain, because usually don't see that. Like the first bans are fairly easy to throw out, but hey, I'm pretty sure it resolved it. Yeah. What to see? It's still a ban. Can somebody explain? Did you just have an internal hatred for Ancient Apparition? Is that it?
I guess. Same for the Bristleback. I mean, that's a hero that just is so weak in my eyes these days.
It really depends. He works as a surprise pick, but how often do you really go for fifth pick offlane? And by that point, it should be clear what you're doing.
Like he works in very few scenarios, and only if he really gets the snowball rolling. The moment he falls behind to a point where they can ignore him for the team fight and then just kill him off later. Just a little bit of mana burn. Throw a little bit of mana burn at him. Make sure that you can't press his Cool Spray, and then what's he going to do in a team fight? Literally nothing.
Exactly. Just look at this draft again. Like they banned the Bristleback, they picked up the Warlock, which is a good step, but they could have banned that Sand King, they could have banned that Leshrac, and now they're up against the double stun combination once more, not having mid range for some reason, Team LoL, but I feel like big oversight banning out the Drizzleback, and maybe they go with the Wind Ranger for them right now. Other things that would come to mind, they could run the Slaughter. That works quite well against the Leshrac. Nyx Assassin also a good choice. Ooh. More demons.
Yeah. More demons.
Team
more
Demons?
Stuns.
That works against Leshrac. Forces them into defensive items if it's a core position. Also pretty good roaming with the Warlock. You now have 2 heroes that trade quite well. Looks like dual lanes to me, to be quite frank. Even though we only see supports there. That's the weakness though. They did show 2 supports, no clear roamer, no clear hero that makes like lots of space in the team fight. So Team LoL, they will make sure that they draft heroes that get on top of Team Advait.
I mean, even thanking the Shrek early on, if they find a line out of position, he gets stunned up once, he's just straight up dead. Even if it's just a Shrek, eventually he'll get outspammed if he's far enough away from friends. So certainly gotta keep an eye on your own positioning and make sure that you combo up with the rest of your team.
Right, what's the pick? The Banner Invoker, the Banner Spectre. Lots of global heroes. Oh, please don't be a dry lineup. That would be horrible. Looks a little bit like dry to me, to be honest.
For who?
For Team Advait. They banning out Invoker Spectre, already having 2 heroes that trade quite well and provide some limited protection for her, might be something. They could pick up an Axe, I assume. That might be a good pick, not only against the Leshrac, but you also have the Warlock to have on your lane, like the discount Tranquils, and Budga.
Oh god.
The Budga. Oh, that's the Wind Ranger. Okay.
Seems to be more like Advait setting up for Tinker themselves. I mean, they've picked already 2 heroes that LoL had in the last game. But Bloodseeker Pudge.
Oh, that's the ultimate. You wanna run, bro? That's like you can run, but you can't hide. Like you're gonna catch that hook, or you're gonna take the damage from Bloodseeker. Man, that's some solid kind to win. Yeah, like they really were expecting this Wind Ranger pickup. I like this. I was talking about it just a second ago that they're gonna get on top of Team Advait. Advait has to switch it up. They can't go for any aggressive picks. They have to go full defensive mode in their picking now. They need somebody that remotely contests the Bloodseeker in mid lane. Kunkka would come to mind in this, offering at least some front line. But you can't just run this squishy lineup against Pudge, Bloodseeker, Leshrac.
Yeah. You need to survive that phase where they are strong, and then you can try and scale past them. But if you fail that, then you're just going to lose the game, because there's so many stuns, you can get kill after kill after kill. With all of these heroes, right? They can build snowballs so big that they're just going to suffocate you when it catches you. And
ooh, that's greedy.
It is.
That's the draw ban. It does look like a draw pick, right? It would be a bad one, but it definitely looked like one.
There's no way you pick draw here, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because she's banned.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, Team LoL got it. Like, they got the message. We got a banned draw here, or they go for it. But it would not be the best draft, but hey. I don't know. I'm not sure about Delina. Banning out the slot now.
I just want
He'd really put the Wind Ranger offline here. There's so many stuns. It's just going to be like last game, as the game we saw already, where Wind Ranger just gets locked down by the net. In this case, the Burrow Strike into Leshrac, if it's support Lesh. Team LoL, they still have like 3, if not 4 flex picks here. Do you have any clue about the lanes? This Bloodseeker could go safe lane, could go for an aggressive duo off lane. He could go for the mid lane normally. Like we could have a laning Pudge, we could have the full roaming Pudge. Leshrac not even defined where he is. So they're full flex, but Team Advait, you know that Lina is going to sit mid. You know they have two lane supports, so it's probably dual lanes or like a really, really weak tri lane with Wind Ranger on the off lane. So what's your carry? Okay.
That makes our tri lane not so weak anymore. So
not so weak.
Stun into follow-ups.
Does he have the taunt though?
If they're expecting the Bloodseeker being aggro against them, then you can certainly lock him down long enough to burst him. But
choose your hero.
Zeus? Ooh, Bloodseeker Zeus.
All right.
Huh, interesting. I would have put the Bloodseeker against the Lina or the Leshrac. Picking a Zeus into this? Alright, maybe.
I think this is fine.
It is. It is definitely fine. It's a bit weird. Usually you don't see like Leshrac, Blood, and Zeus together. Like 2 of them, yes. 3 of them, a little bit overkill.
I mean, they already committed themselves into this kind of lineup, though, right? I mean, if they start getting kills, they should should be able to just scale into getting more and more kills, especially with all of this magic damage, right? The moment someone gets a BKB, they're having all of a sudden such a hard time. Sure, they have the punch, can go a little bit of control through that, but they have very little damage unless the Bloodseeker has some sort of right click. But they're still going to be up against it. I mean, this is a Bloodseeker Zeus. If Zeus is not somehow bursted down in these fights, if they can't get on top of him, he's just going to click away all of his spells with Blood Rage, doing a ridiculous amount of damage.
Yeah. Don't forget, like Nimbus as well as the ultimate, even though it's only half the percentage, it's still 20% bonus damage if it's on long range on the Zeus.
Yeah.
Please tip back. Aww.
Well, overall, I would give the edge to Lol, just seeing how they played last game as well.
We're top. Let's reckon shovel.
Stun. They're stacking it. Still a burst strike available on 3.
Ravage.
So safe. That's awkward.
Yeah, communication issue right there. But Electric only has Tigers. He probably, yeah, he should head back to base. Yeah. Same with Sand King actually. He has boots as well. Yeah, so they're both just going back. Literally lost nothing. The room was pretty much lost anyways. They might be going for the 2-for-2 trade. Windranger's in position though. I doubt he's gonna go check a level 1. Already level up Windrun. Alright, 2-for-2.
Could have stuck around, be used to Windrunners to secure the rune, but didn't want to risk it, so yeah, 2-for-2. So far so good. They're also gonna be full health. One of them is gonna be TPing out. Should not miss any CS. Both of them actually.
Yeah, they have to make this dual lane work. It's the primary focus for them. The punch together with the Bloodseeker will do fine early on. Bloodseeker doesn't need that much help if he reaches like level 2, level 3. Then if Putt is free to rotate for the mid lane, and Lina's not the easiest hero to hook, but with a Zeus can bait the Lina into like throwing a stun. The moment you go into the stun animation, you just get hooked.
Yeah. Let's try for a hook on the Windrun. He hit the right angle, but not the right range. Okay, first bullet being drawn by Hope. Gets a double stun off somehow. Another burst strike not available here. No mangoes either. Just that these clarities. Everything else will be fine, but hey. Nicely done, just getting the Warlock.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, you have decent heal with the Warlock, but you don't have burst heal. You have no protection against like double stun, especially in the creep wave. Now look at this. They're just rotating around, like they're running around Wraith King in circles, saying, "Yeah, try to hit me. I'm over here now." How much they can actually do with the Warlock. The moment he comes forward to do any harass or throws a Shadow Word, he just gets stunned up.
Poking, prodding, seeing if they can find an opportunity, and once again they go on the Warlock. I mean, single stun now. The level 2 and Sand King here, the slow is gonna kick in, but he always starting to heal himself as they don't think it's around to hope he will still give his life over. So another burrow strike, the self, follow-up stun, they will get the Wraith King too. Black Dark will cancel self, but not before it healed a decent amount of health
What
points
a
left.
good laning combination. Pudge as well.
Speaking of Pudge, trying to go for the hook. Don't think they did see the TP from Tyro, so they could have just held on for the hook until they get the Wraith King across the tree line.
That's a risky one though. There was not much man on the Electric left. Only one stun. They also saw. Actually surprised he did keep going with the TP because they had vision over here, just on the edge. From that ward over here, that is.
Well, still not gonna get too easy. I should still figure that the Pudge is there. Didn't see him walk back.
Oh, space. You don't want to be there.
Second.
It's level 1. Nice too.
These hooks finds right angles, but only level 1. Like, you just don't have the range.
Yeah. You really rely on like every inch of the hook. But I think they're still doing fine. They didn't have much losses, but they already have a good amount of kills. 3 in total. 2 of them did in fact get to the last rank with 1 assist and 3 on the Sand King. So they already made this lane work. Bottom lane, Bloodseeker's happy though. He has Soda experience, Soda farm, absolutely free against the mid ranger. We're just getting some farm, but it's not that bad. Like you're fine with that on a Bloodseeker, if that means you get a fast level 6.
Pretty much ahead in the bottom lane, slightly ahead in mid. Zeus having a free, having a bottle completed now. Same as Lena, so they're sort of drawing even there too. So it's really all about this top lane. Try and try. And Wraith King is getting his CS, but as you said, this is where the kills make the difference. It's what you have to do if you're running in an aggro lane like this. Say that though. So if you're Sand King, rotating back towards the middle lane in 4. He's on the wrong side of the river right now. This is picked up by Zeus. He's trying to bait 4 in a little bit more, but looks of it. And there it is. First strike out of nowhere. Couple extra spells from the Zeus, ready to go. There is Luck Duck who can throw the stun. And extra slow. Is it gonna be enough for 4? They still see him with the Bloodseeker and the burst strike comes out.
Nice.
As you stunned up on the Light Strike Array.
Also, really good decision making. Going for the level 2 in the Burrow Strike over the Caustic Final. Usually we see the Caustic Final. Because it's a really strong early on. Like, especially, like, it's a 20% slow. That just makes or breaks the ability. I'm gonna have to set on the Warlock now. No Burrow Strike.
Space dodges the hook by just walking straight. Okay, that's the burst strike mana. By the stun, follow up. Space uncreated.
Yeah, he was almost the creator. I was about to say it. Don't steal my jokes. Don't you do that. That's my job. I make the bad jokes here. We established that.
Nice shackle on bottom, but they don't look the damage.
Oh, somebody's in despair though.
He's fine. He has hope. Actually, has White FNG joining him. Hope's still just somewhere else entirely. But
they have great player names to make dad jokes, I tell you. Try Eggman with Sand King.
There we go.
You get the extra stone.
That's a hook. But on the Windrunner, can just Windrun away. Once Bloodseeker hits level 6, though, that you can imagine that there'll be a few more kills happening in this bottom lane.
Yeah. He struggles a little bit because the line rotated. I think it's the right decision, just leaving the Wraith King to his own. Doing actually quite decent on the Wraith King. He's hitting up on the same level as the Bloodseeker with a little bit less than nice and less experience. But despite the fact that the mid lane, the Zeus is actually supposed to lose the lane. Like, you should not be allowed to win the lane on the Zeus, especially after the nerf of the mana ability costing even more mana. But he's pulling it off great. There's a smoke coming in to counter this, but it is fairly obvious because the leader suddenly is missing.
Yeah. Although they might still have to punch up against the Bloodseeker, especially with the Shackle Connect. There it is. Easy follow-up stuns. Or maybe not, the hook back. So Despair gets a little bit of extra space, but still had his snap available. And 4 with a haste rune. Still running in, trying to get that secondary kill. Yeah. Not dodging it out, even though they did not see her in mid for a while. And then taking the opportunity to do a bit of chip damage to the tower. But look at this. Luck Duck can set up for a stun here, perhaps. As 4 starts walking in, there should be that too, so alright. Light Strike Array, Dragon Slave ultimate. There it is. Shared kill because the creep's taken.
Let's see, get top in the meantime.
Yeah, alright. Oh, he's fine. Space, not so much. I really like this. I mean, you die in your lane, you TP to another one and surprise the inhabitants of that one.
Yeah, nobody expects the gank from the guy that just died, right?
Yeah.
Nobody. A bit worried, looking at the net worth. Bloodseeker isn't pulling that much ahead, and he's that Space Maker. That's why we usually see him more in the mid lane than in the safe lane role. He isn't that good of a carry, but he's really good at making space in mid game, make the enemy fear for their life. They have Zeus and Bloodseeker kind of fulfill the same role here. If they snowball ahead, they do a lot of space, but nobody's really using that space on the side of LoL. I think the only upside they have is there's no real late game hard carry.
This game goes past 30 minutes. They have lost already.
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to. Their lineup was predicated on being able to just snowball and win the game before that.
Yeah, but it's not really working out. I think the Zeus is too slow.
Who turned up?
And actually, not that much impact from the punch just yet.
He's I'll give that, but Zeus, he's getting his levels.
Oh yeah, he's getting some.
Start building damage, especially with the Bloodseeker on the field. So it's just a matter of when they want to start grouping up. And I mean, they're already starting to put on pressure on these towers. It's the first one going down. And all they need to do is just have a little bit more map awareness to prevent these things from happening. Can't be stun locked and feed kills over because it's gonna cut into your timings.
Bloodseeker bottom. Yeah, level 1. Can't reach, not remotely.
Alright.
Tough scenario for both teams. LoL needs to make a move, but it's really hard to make a move against so many stuns. Like, they have 4 hard stuns and a Warlock, and the Warlock will have level 6 at one point, even though he's struggling a little bit behind, but the term is coming up in 30 seconds. Lots of level 6 actually coming up at 10-minute mark. Sun King sitting on 5, Leshrac 2. Wraith King.
More pressure here. Level 1 Edict. Even without the glyph, I don't think it would have done much more damage with it. But every little bit helps. Especially if it also sends in a few heroes down towards the bottom lane that they can try and grab with numerical advantage. So bringing all 5 heroes here, perhaps, especially with the Innistrad on FM. This could turn into something. They don't have the vision advantage. There's a dice out Absorb Water up on the high ground. Hook nicely dodged. Shackle, it's not connecting though, and well, it will still be that line. With the Rupture still on top of him, Rocky still being run down on the side, makes his way through the trees though. Meanwhile, the stun in the back though. That's a dead Warlock in a second, but FM, 6 tries to keep him alive a little bit longer, but 4 will be able to secure that kill. Shackle, even connected on the Shrek. Full of stun with the LSA. Double kills for the lead, able to sweep both of these heroes. And this is where things get a little bit more interesting. You have to be careful. I was just saying.
Yeah, that's 1,000 gold just giving away, and this delays the timing by quite a mile. Like, this will allow the Wraith King to get a Blink Dagger earlier, same goes with the Windrunner. Actually opting for the Maelstrom this time, so I think that's the right choice. Just have to watch out there's like no early blink before Bloodseeker, so she loses her big target to hit on, but against the Zeus and whatnot, it's a pretty great item. You can out-thunder him, you could say.
Yeah. Lock him down earlier. Nice little shackle shot. They would find them with quite a few of them even without. This one didn't because there's no trees here. Unfortunately.
He killed us earlier. Looks like no, that's not a pirate shot. Light Strike array?
Maybe.
No, weird.
Well, don't think I want to engage into this one. There's actually still no level 6 on the Warlock, so maybe that's an opening.
Yeah, they did go with the charm on the Lion instead. I think that's a better choice. I think they don't rely on that Warlock Golem just yet. I think having the finger to quickly finish off a Leshrac or a Zeus is more important. Same with Bloodseeker, actually.
Yeah.
Sensible choice. Super shrine value. Full party, almost. Ooh, and that smoke before the ward goes down. That's good. That's really good. They're gonna be completely unaware of the smoke.
Are you sure about that?
Yep. Absolutely. But Wraith King is unaware there's a Sun King.
Sure about that? Because there's also a ward next to the shrine. It's sort of
oh, yeah, right, about that.
Someone asks you, are you sure? Then you have to reevaluate as they... Punch takes up quite a few stuns here. Bloodseeker, look at him, he's super fast. Punch still alive, actually getting the ultimate off. Setting up perhaps for the first kill on the Wraith King, while Bloodseeker continues. Going to the backline, Devastator being channeled up. Mighty Titan Sun from Hope, so they will get the second kill to spare with a triple. Only for the punch.
I really want side mods, but like whenever the passive on the Bloodseeker procs, just I don't know, like some catchy tune. It's such a goofy. He looks so goofy when he runs so fast. It's not as crazy anymore. Remember when Bloodseeker was really overkill, where you just gain like 1,000 movement speed out of nothing? That was so crazy. It was so fun. It's still pretty good.
These are the kind of fights that I want to take, right? Just scrappy, get your own stuns out while dodging theirs. And having the Bloodseeker just running around and getting these last hits. Same as the Zeus, just plopping in his spells. I'm trying to repeat that same success in the mid lane.
Yeah, they need to.
Scouting out that someone is here. Inside inside the trees. And they know it's Pudge.
Yeah, they have the vision here as well, so they saw any hero transferring over. Still, I don't know, I still feel like it's too slow for LoL. They have a 2k gold lead they can utilize, but if they play it rightly, we might even find a Pudge here.
Oh god, somehow that choke shot, that hook misses. Pretty close. FM, they see him. Spider's invis. How though? How is interesting.
Still, I don't know, they're still like the stalemate, and the Sand King is farming a little bit, but it's the Sand King farming against the Wraith King farming. Or what do you expect? The Blink Dagger on Wraith King will be up soon. He's still fairly underfarmed, you could say. Sitting below the wind range, I actually didn't quite get anything off yet.
So far, the Bloodseeker is the big winner. Especially getting these 3 kills.
Yeah, he has the Radic if he wants it. 3,800 gold.
Yeah.
Should be Radic, right? Like, he should be going Radiance.
There's not really any other reason to save with this much money, unless you're really not certain about what item you need, but you should have enough time to decide. There's a Hex, bit of a stun, punch, still reasonably tanky at this point of the game, and there's a bit of extra support. The hook back onto Luck Duck, not so lucky in this instance. And now, look for more. The lingering is getting much for Bloodseeker, nice dodge on the Golem, and Warlock, he's dropped it. The Golem will only be, oh god, beautiful Layers, 8 down, 2. 4 with a double kill, the Burst Strike Epicenter being channeled up. Still want to try and take this fight, but anything better of it, Yabba Dabba just doing it away. You'll set another LSA. Won't get a chance, or maybe, yeah, should be able to get Burst Strike down. No one there to intercept them.
Yeah, and Pudge falls at the T1 in mid as well after getting chased down by the Wraith King into Wind Ranger again. So that is a surprising turn of events, you could say, and a good turn indeed by the Warlord. Just proves it doesn't matter if your hero dies if you just get the Golem out, and the Light Striker really broke that fight. They got super greedy on that choke on the high ground.
4 so far, he's the one keeping it.
Yeah.
Being in the right position to just set up for these kills for himself. And it's gonna get easier, of course, with ever since the set that came out. You can make your own setups. Link Defender from Wraith King also just helping you close the distance. So I mean, it's almost to a point where you could say, hey, maybe Radiance is not the right choice, maybe we should have just gone for a BKB.
I think it still is, because what does the BKB effectively do for you? Yes, you can't be killed that easily, but if your entire team is dead, nothing will happen. You're not gonna miraculously get 4 kills against 70 stuns.
The point is that you don't get stunned and kill all of them.
Yeah, but I don't think he has enough damage output if he goes straight for the BKB, even on a Bloodseeker.
Depends on how low they get them, I guess. I mean, right now, with only 1 hero kind of low, you're sitting for 200. Just based on max thirst. Right, here we go again. Another smoke.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
Fish Blink, follow up from the line. Thing of Death available. They do have the scan, and they do find a pretty good kill. Don't think there's any way that they can After even holding onto the finger, but now with his tanking, running interference, they'll have to expend it.
Yeah, TB's coming in, but a little bit too late, and after target set on a Bloodseeker now. There's a Yules on Lena, so he has to watch out. If he's Blood Raged up and he gets Yules, he's dead. That's too much damage, he can't deal with that.
Yeah. Alright, still prowling around. They really want to get the Steel 1 tower in the bottom lane. It's blocking them for way too long, sitting at half health.
Yeah, they need to get those tires on the board if they want to stay in the game. They can't afford to give the Bloodseeker that much space.
Okay, just goes in with Rupture, blink in. Despair. He slowed down, but follow-up help. The Hulk will find him. That was the Rupture Lena. Gonna get that combo off, and now the Zeus with all the damage in the world. Pyro. Well, loses first life. Meanwhile, Despair running down a few more of these heroes. Also get the Warlock, but the follow-up stun here. Even though Shackle does not connect, FM will set enough damage for Rocky to die before he falls himself, and there's no turn with the full pipe and Vibe as Despair rejoins the party in the front lines.
Yeah, that's the strength of the Bloodseeker right there. And that's just having the damage, just running in the fight, not being the main focus. I think that's excellently played. They can trade all the heroes out, let everybody else eat the stun, and Bloodseeker just runs around. If Zeus pretty much at this point, you cast your spells and then you die, and that is absolutely fine. Because you do so much damage that the Bloodseeker just does what he just did. And that's
3,500 damage in the fight on the Zeus.
Wow, and that was like 3 spells with the Veil. I saw he was bloodlusted at one point. I'm not sure if he got the ultimate and everything out with it.
But either way, he did more than enough.
Yeah, most definitely.
Also the combo here, Rupture and Alina. First I was like, yeah, what's that gonna do? But, well, Pudge was there, find the hook, and she was stationary, and that's actually killed her outright.
Yeah, he serves the frontline role on the Pudge, where he hooks the Rupture target. Nobody wants to go close to the Pudge. He's just too tanky in the fight. So he kind of forces the enemy team to go on him. You usually see this combination with the Bloodseeker a lot with Dark Willow, but Dark Willow is so squishy against all those stuns, she would just die off, so the Pudge pick is actually quite good.
So just confirming positioning here, they find 4 easy follow-up stuns. Easy kill indeed, even without the Bloodseeker right-clicking himself. He has a DD rune. On top of that, Radiance to work with, so... Perhaps going into Roche, but they can also start putting on some pressure on these towers, but they want to maybe also push out these lanes. It's a pretty big creep wave up top. Including a catapult. Well, maybe they just want to defend bottom again. Yabba-dabba-doo, Link, first strike. But too many creeps
totally
around.
Off the mark.
Have the invis detection with the sentry, and then really try and burst out the tanking with the with the Finger of Death.
Oh no!
Up together, they get both of these kills because of it.
That was, I know, a little bit questionable.
A bit overzealous here, not committing the full lineup. This is the one weakness that they have. They don't have all their heroes in a fight, and the options are severely limited.
So, where do you go from here? Like, you had a phenomenal team fight on Team LoL early on. Now you kind of run to a little bit of struggles. You lost one of your outer tires. Only the useless tower remains. We always talk about. So how do you force down these T2s? Do you make? I think like the way is this: you keep making those suggested smoke rotations. They've just shown us that they can catch off anyone in early on, and they're so spread out on the other side that it should be fairly easy to get like a Lino, to get like a Wind Ranger in the jungle. They have Rupture to work with. I think they only need to full 5-man Dota right now.
Either they find pickoffs or they do run as 5-man Dota, as you said, but to make that really safe, I think they still need BKBs on 1 or 2 heroes. Or the Axe on a Zeus, you can stay a little bit further behind, still have an impact, and then pick and choose a little bit better when he actually wants to walk in. So right now, Tyro looking in with a stun, but doesn't actually have any damage to throw out to Despair all by himself.
It's a tough game for them.
They gotta be careful. Bloodseeker is not as far ahead as he would like to be. can farm very efficiently now with the Radiance. But he's only sitting about 1,000 gold ahead or so of the Windrunner. Not the Windrunner, the Lina.
Yeah, and he needs that Manta now. He needs to be able to do the spell and slash dodge stuns. It's just, where do you go from here? It's, again, you don't have that hard late game carry at all. Bloodseeker can evolve into one, but against the Wraith King Lina, I don't think he stands a chance late down the road. It's only the 1k gold lead, 24 minutes in.
Yeah. You could say time is running out just a little bit. Have to go sooner rather than later. They'll just find the right angle. They don't have a lot of vision over on the other side of the map, only just one ward. Left side high ground, scan, and well, this helps. Find the hook, bursting down the Warlock. Crucial part of Advait's teamfight. Can you do something else with that? Don't go for Bloodseeker there with him. He's pushing down bottom.
Again, they're spreading so far. They just got the Warlock. Just go 5-man. Initiate. You have a Sand King. Sand King with Blink Dagger. You have a Pudge to back him up. No sentry down. That would have been a great kill to grab on Lina. Still chasing.
Oh, what's something self-initiation there onto the Bloodseeker. And that's there to follow up, and like a raid burst down immediately.
That was a really, really bad move by Bloodseeker. That gives such an opening away. Now you're gonna have them run down somewhere. Like literally just either you run on this side of the map or you safely farm up for the next 2 minutes. That's just, again, not enough space being made, not enough team play being made by Team LoL to lock down this game. They can if they want to, but they really, really have to stack up.
They're lacking a bit of confidence here after. Oh, there we go. He's building confidence. Getting these hooks in on the support heroes.
If it works. Needs to find a big target though,
which is a bit of an issue.
Yeah. You want to find that Lina, you want to find that Wind Ranger, or even the or just the Warlock. But always risky to kind of hook them. Atos up on the left right, that will help with the hooks, because Pudge couldn't afford his Atos just yet. They will have a second one at one point. That's also really useful, keeping people in this in the silence of Bloodseeker.
Yeah. I kind of like that. There are BKBs in the works, so at the very least for the Lina. So 4 is going to continue to be an issue. Windrunner, I mean, has the Blink Dagger queued up now, already with the Axe with Maelstrom, so that is yet another core at this point in the game. Another hook though. Let's find Luck Duck, and Zeus will just steal a kill away. A couple of cuts here and there. They're sort of bleeding, but if solely support's going down, in these situations where they can't really lose significant objectives after the fact, this is still alright.
Yeah, I think it is alright, but I feel like they really need that. Oh, nice hook.
Alright.
Fresh me indeed. He tried to drop the goal.
That'll only hold true until some point. Like if they keep dying like this, at some point you're gonna say, alright, this is enough. This is just feeding over too much.
Yeah, I agree. I think the last, or well, potentially the last power spike for Team LoL would be that Agam stuff they're finishing up on Zeus. He needs 1,600 gold. I think that's where you really accelerate, where you should be able to defend your Bloodseeker when he's running in. He's going for the BKB next on Bloodseeker. He's quite tanky. He still falls victim to Lina quite easily if he catches any stun. But if he gets like a Lotus Orb on one of the supports, especially Leshrac or Pudge, that would be great, because then they can dodge all of these stuns.
Yeah. I mean, even if they, like, I don't want to say that the game is out of reach if it goes on like this. It's still going to come down to whether you can find the hook initiations. Zeus is always going to do a lot of damage if there are no BKBs involved. Or if you can just wind them down, as Lina just finished up a fresh one. If you can bring that down 5 seconds, things get a little bit easier, but before it gets better, it's got to get worse with these timings.
Yeah. There's defensive items now. There's that blade mail and the armlet on the Wraith King, so he's super tanky. He's like the last target I want to go on now. Wind Ranger finished up both the Maelstrom, the Agnums, and the Fresh Blink, so she can go for solo kills if she wants to. Going for the MKB next. Smart move against the Radiance from Bloodseeker. And Lina finished BKB herself. 10 seconds up and running.
Lol, just a little bit too timid. So just now, smoke up.
That was in vision range, I believe. I think one of them, the punch was still in the vision range. Not sure if they actually catch the smoke though. Doesn't look like it.
We've had to pay attention a little bit. But now it looks like Space is the closest one. They don't really want to kill him though. Right now they have this false sense of security with this, all of this ward coverage from the Dire side and this very space here. They do see the Despair running. But now, only now they see the Hook. That's a good kill. The Wind trying to take him down immediately. But now, there's someone to fight. Tyro walking in for Space, Luck Duck. Those are the bigger and better targets, but BKB comes out. You can't fight into this right now. But maybe you have to. Luck Duck, you burst down. Nice little burst strike here onto two heroes. Warlock and Tyro just good amount fighting here. They kill them off one by one. Lina willing to stick around after the BKB has ended.
Great fight. That was such a good smoke gank. I think if they catch that smoke, that would have been completely turned, but this warding was excellent on a high end. They even find the D-ward now, so they have full control over the entire bottom area of the map now, with the top being generally owned by both sides. And that's a lot of money for the entire team. That's suddenly 5k gold lead, and well, this Bloodseeker BKB is starting to take shape.
Being able to take a team fight in that fashion, I mean, just open up another timing window once that item comes in. Once Zeus finishes up that Aghanim sector, is only 150 gold away. They'll be able to get that once if they secure these bounty routes. Should be able to get all four of them if they're careful. But back.
Yes, being shafted.
Look at these bounty runes though, so much money.
Oh, that would be
100 each.
400 in total times 5.
Quick maths. 2,000 gold. Seems good.
Yep. Balance in all things. I like the bounty runes. Originally I was like, I'd rather have like the individual gold for carries, but now that if you play carry, you can actually spam ping your supports to take them up, and you don't have to do anything, and you get free gold.
Yeah, anything you can do to just shift blame on the supports.
Yes, exactly. That's how you play carry. Oh, Lina, watch out.
Let's see.
Oh no.
That's a Nimbus BKB, but gonna waste a decent amount of time on that with that white ultimate. Heals. Wants to try and use it, but even misses the stun for now without the BKB. And burst strike of the Luck Duck Zeus just doing what he wants. They get rid of the Nimbus. They will find the Pudge, but what cost Rocky? I mistimed that split up a little bit as a result. Does have a little bit of space to get across, but the Blink, the burst strike will secure that kill. Meanwhile, what's Bloodseeker up to? He really wants to finish the kill onto 4 dodges that I will say. And another Nimbus in the same position as before to finish the job. And well, guess what? Tyro still has his ultimate to work with. But with everyone else dead, no issues whatsoever killing the second time.
Yeah, no
Like the silence though, so we gotta blame them for this one.
He doesn't know who to target.
He isn't even right-clicking. Like, what is this? They're just playing with their food at this point. There we go.
Zeus needs the money, okay?
Does he really?
No, not really.
I know,
But
he's
yeah.
kind of he's still in 4th place even after that.
Interesting. He went for the on level 15 talent on Zeus. He went for the static field damage. That's a talent usually completely ignored because it's not that strong. But I guess it can work. I really like the movement speed because makes Zeus a little bit less bulky, especially if you skip out on like scepter or like upgrading your boots. It's I don't know. This is
Yeah, I agree. I mean, sure you have a Wraith King, strength hero, like doing the damage,
Yeah.
but it's really
but they don't have that much HP. I guess it's okay against the Wind Ranger. Extra magic damage against her. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
You have a lot of spells as well. Arcane Rune also bottled up on him. With the Blood Rage. Why, that's a lot. Just a man of head refresher now. Just. Ouch. Talking about the blood, he has that extra rupture damage up and running, so 78% move damage.
Ouch.
By Warlock.
Atos into the hooks. 2 heroes down, and Zeus just gets caught in the crossfire. There's a rupture onto Tyro, who does not have his ultimate back as Nappadabadoo just walks in, holding. Burst comes back off cooldown. Shackle as well as a bit of a new kid wants 4 pops to BKB down to finish the job. At least getting that 1 kill, but they can't keep taps on him.
He's dusted.
Not lost him for too long. They do intercept them. No way out of this one. Ultra kill for Zeus, full 5-man wipe, you only lose to the Shrek.
Literally godlike.
Yeah.
That Arcane Rune completely rectified. He did so much damage in that. Oh, I don't have the full damage report, but it must have been crazy. Above 8k damage, that's for sure. Used to the maximum. Also was Blood Rage for the first half of the fight. Suddenly it's a certain K gold lead, but they still kind of lack the power to push high ground, I feel like. And Roche is not really an option. Like, yes, it would help, but you still need a lot of time. They have no traditional Roche hero.
So Hydro very easily if everyone's dead, and I think this is still that plan at this point.
But isn't that many levels?
Especially with this, like, start off with that, go for the hook. It's not exactly the easiest target, because he still has his ultimate back now. Trying to force it out, but that's undertalking a little bit. Golem on top, and a couple of heroes here. White should die. And now with the stun onto Zeus, this could turn into more, but now the spare for TKB going for the man fight here, and bit of a lag, but he will be successful.
Spotting the Wind Ranger, instantly stunned.
Instant stun, instant epicenter. He's still trying to finish the job with the extra stun from Zeus. You have enough damage to bring down Zeus, so this was a really, really important kill. Even throwing your life away, but you still now have to deal with the spare. Unwilling to quite dive past the tier 3.
Tips him on the retreat.
That Shackle though. Committing onto the Zeus, I mean, they realize that this is the way. They can win these fights though. Just take away these major source of damage.
They're delaying the game eventually. Like, they need to keep this as long as possible off the game. Because Bloodseeker does fall off in the very late game. He still has a great amount of farm. He's level 25 now, meaning max Thirst, actually. I would take the Blood Rate cooldown, but I guess the Thirst one is good if you have a Zeus on the team.
Yeah.
That just gives you more movement speed overall.
Oh yeah.
Has a lot of money stacked up as well.
Alright. Thinking about Roche. A lot of kills. Seeing a luck duck up on the high ground. Atos will be blinked out. That'll be that.
Double damage.
Let's try and finish Roche.
Yeah, they need this Roche. You said it, they can run a high ground if they can trade the Aegis. If they go on the Aegis carrier, they have so much initiation power. As long as they don't get backstabbed in the backs by like the Windrun who is now in this when she runs in, or the Lina with the Shadow Blade.
Yeah. They need to plant down a few sentries. Punches 1 plus a dust. And it's actually about it. Not exactly ideal, but this I guess also helps. Burst it down before the fight even starts for free. Does the buyback to work with? Might have to use it once the creep wave hits the tower. I have to pick it up out of the mid lane.
And Selena kill again. At least there's no Bloodstone involved. Usually we see that sad story where the Lina gets the Bloodstone and just gets, yeah, you know what happens. There's one on Leshrek, so we can still take a gander when he dies. I love it when you lose Bloodstone charges. Like, nice item you built there, and now it's reduced to some basic HP regen and some health pool. But it's just looking. Oh, he's waiting for that D-ward, and he has the lion.
No blink dodge this time. Another one on the sidelines.
A bit early on the Atos.
Does
Only
have another
line.
one of his own in a second. His ultimate's not available though to give him vision, but there's a Wing Shackle. Stun stacked right on top of that. Not sure about this, but all fatal upon. Actually, no. It's just a then a couple of creeps will slow down with the golem. They will still be able to bring him down. Despair is gonna have to put on put on his hat, his damage hat, and he's certainly doing that right now. That's for his life. After Raid King, Buyback force out on the line, coming back into the fray. Stronger Paxis, nice defensive hook for a change. Now,
Lina.
Orient, another BKB. Yeah, he's just waiting for the BKB to come out. Just wasting a lot of time with his use as well. First strike, stuns galore. Lina dies another time. Buys back now. There's a dieback already from the line. Despair still has the Aegis in hand. So trying to run down whoever he can. But so far, so good. They'll trigger the Aegis. Another nice little shackle there from the Windrunner.
There's a gap enough to bring down.
This seems pretty hard. Let the creeps do the damage in the mid tower.
Radiant's bottom tower.
It is damage after all. Rupture in 2 seconds.
We're off the mark. T3 is down, so this is what they wanted. This is what they came for. They get another free kill on the Lina. What?
Sand King together with the Leshrac. So much damage. He just got level. Oh, like he has level 20, so the extra pulse over damage was there. And now they have Rupture on the wind.
Don't have Lina.
Oh, look at that.
Windrunner soon. I mean,
Like, there she is.
Right click. Still public available on that, but Lina's not going to be back for 80 seconds if they know this.
Yeah, Rack's time for
Sure.
sure.
For more, especially with the Zeus rejoining the party. To walk in as fast as he can. No strike dodge with the Yules, but it was an aggressive use for Yube, setting up for the splitter, some bit of miscommunication. Tyro back in the fray here. They step down one. Desperately trying to defend here. There's still a little Sonic the Hedgehog running about in your base, just right-clicking you to death. It's not easy. Gonna try, get rid of all his mana, but ultra kill for him. Zeus rejoining the party, that's for Rampage! And breaking the sweat. First kill, can they get a double Rampage? Can they kill him in time? Give it to Despair, and...
I think that is it.
Oh!
Yoink! Mine! Classic, yeah. The classic tip. Classic punch picker right there.
That's the apology tip.
No, that's to rub it in.
Well, at least he got
But
the
yeah.
Rampage, so...
Going for the T4, and as they did break the high ground at 40 minutes, I did not expect them to actually come back after a 20-minute mark. Like, that was a long, long grind, and they just had too much fighting power in the end. So,
There's one or two team fights they engaged, where Advait engaged into, just basically one by one, just playing into their cards, not really focusing on the Zeus as much as they should have. They figured that out later. Almost worked a couple of times, but at that point, Glatzig was strong enough to be able to pick up the slack.
SDGG. It's just, wow. What a game. Lots of kills. I really saw that Team LoL will lose the game.